Last night, I checked the baby monitor to see my daughter sleeping. I saw her standing in the corner of the room, back to the camera. My daughter is 8 months old. She can't walk. She can't even stand on her own yet. I zoomed in. She was still in her crib, asleep. So what the hell was standing in the corner? Okay, before I get into what happened, I gotta give you some context. My wife and I have been married for 4 years. We tried to have a baby for over 2 years. 2 rounds of IVF, both failed. We almost gave up. But round 3, we got Lily. When my wife was pregnant, I did everything. Worked, took care of her, didn't complain once. I was the most excited I'd ever been in my life. Lily was born perfectly healthy, strong lungs, cried loud as hell. Nurses said that's a good sign. I cried when I held her for the first time. I've never cried in front of anyone before, but that day, I didn't care. When we brought her home, we had her room all set up. Small room, right next to ours, painted light pink, crib, rocking chair for late night feedings, the whole deal. And we had a baby monitor, Infant Optics DXR8, the one everyone recommends. Clear picture, night vision, records automatically when it detects movement. I kept the monitor on my nightstand. Every night before bed, I'd watch Lily sleep for a bit. Watch her little chest go up and down. Made me feel like my life finally meant something. For the first 8 months, everything was normal. Lily was growing right on schedule, started sitting up, started crawling, tried to pull herself up to stand, but couldn't quite do it yet. My wife took leave to stay home with her. I work from home 3 days a week, so I helped when I could. Life was exhausting. We weren't sleeping much, but we were happy. Then, about a week ago, I started noticing Lily wasn't sleeping well. Usually, she'd sleep through most of the night. Wake up once for a feeding, then back down. But lately, she was waking up a lot, crying in the middle of the night. Sometimes she wouldn't even cry, just open her eyes and stare at the ceiling. My wife said it's probably teething. Babies get fussy when their teeth come in. I figured she was right, didn't think much of it. That night, around 2 a.m., I woke up to use the bathroom, walked past the monitor on my nightstand, glanced at it. Lily was in her crib, sleeping like normal. But I saw something in the corner of the room, behind the rocking chair. At first I thought it was a shadow, or maybe some clothes my wife left hanging there. She does that sometimes. I picked up the monitor to get a closer look. It wasn't a shadow. It had a shape, like a small child, short, thin, standing with its back to the camera, completely still. I stared at it for like 10 seconds. It didn't move at all. My heart started pounding. I was thinking all kinds of things. Maybe someone broke in. Maybe there's someone in the house. And my daughter is in that room. I got up quietly, didn't wake my wife, grabbed the baseball bat from the closet, walked to Lily's door, took a deep breath, opened it, hit the lights. Nothing. The corner was empty. Lily was still asleep in her crib, peaceful. I stood there and searched the whole room, closet, under the crib, behind the rocking chair. Nothing. I went back and checked the monitor. The corner was empty, like nothing was ever there. I told myself I was just tired, sleep deprived, seeing things. Went back to bed. Took me forever to fall asleep. Next day, I went to work like normal. Didn't tell my wife about it, didn't want to freak her out. Figured it was just a one-time thing. That evening I played with Lily like usual, gave her a bath, fed her, walked around the house with her in my arms. Before bed, I stared at the monitor longer than usual. Watched Lily sleep, watched the corner. Nothing there. That night, I couldn't really sleep. Kept waking up to check the monitor every hour. 1 a.m., nothing. 2 a.m. I grabbed the monitor. Lily was sleeping normally. Corner was empty. I put it down, tried to sleep. About 10 minutes later, something told me to check again. Just a feeling. I picked it up. It was standing there. Same corner. Back to the camera. But this time, it was closer to Lily's crib. Maybe 3 or 4 feet away. I froze. My hands were shaking. It was small. About the size of a 3 or 4-year-old. Long, messy hair. Wearing something white that went down to its knees. I stared at it for maybe 30 seconds. It didn't move, just stood there. Then, out of nowhere, it started turning its head. Slowly, way too slowly. I freaked out, shook my wife awake. "Babe, wake up, look at this." She opened her eyes, half asleep, asked what's wrong. I handed her the monitor. She looked at it. The corner was empty. It was gone. She looked at me like I was crazy. Asked what she was supposed to be looking at. I told her I saw something standing in the corner of the room. She sighed. Said, "Babe, you're not getting enough sleep. You gotta work tomorrow. Just go to bed." I didn't argue, but I knew what I saw. I didn't sleep at all that night. Checked the monitor every 15 minutes. Didn't see it again. Next day, I started doing research. Googled everything. Baby monitor ghost. Shadow figure baby room. Seeing things on baby monitor. Found a bunch of stories. Other people seeing the same kind of thing. Some said it's just a glitch. Infrared reflecting weird. Bugs flying past the lens. I tried to believe that. Tried to find a logical explanation. But what I saw wasn't a glitch. It had a clear shape. It turned its head. It moved. That afternoon, I made a decision. I drove to Best Buy and bought a second camera. Different brand. Set it up in the opposite corner of the room. My logic was simple. If it's a glitch with the first camera, the second one won't see it. If both cameras see the same thing, then something is actually in that room. That night, I watched both monitors. 2 a.m., nothing. 2:30. I was starting to get drowsy, eyes getting heavy. I forced myself to stay awake, told myself I had to see this. 2:47 a.m. Camera 1 picked it up. Standing in the corner, back to the camera. I looked at camera 2. Same thing, same corner, same position. Both cameras saw it. It was real. I was terrified. But my daughter was in that room. I had to do something. I got out of bed, grabbed my phone, started recording video, walked to Lily's room, opened the door slowly, didn't turn on the lights, used my phone flashlight, the corner, empty, nothing there. I stood there, shining my light around the whole room. Lily opened her eyes, looked at me, didn't cry, just stared. I walked over to her crib, picked her up. She buried her face in my shoulder. I carried her out of the room, went to our bedroom, woke my wife up. "Lily's sleeping with us tonight." She asked what's going on. I told her everything, from night 1 to tonight. Both cameras seeing the same thing. She didn't believe me, said I was sleep deprived, stressed out. But she didn't stop me from keeping Lily in our bed. That night, Lily slept between us. But I still watched the monitor, watched her empty room. 2:47 a.m. It showed up again, same corner, back to the camera. But this time, it started walking toward the crib. Slowly, way too slowly. It stopped at the edge of the crib that was normally where Lily slept. But tonight it was empty. It stood there, then leaned down, like it was looking at where Lily should be. It stayed like that for a while, staring at the empty crib. Then it turned toward the camera. I saw its face for the first time. It wasn't a child. The face looked like an adult that had been shrunk. Eyes way too big, completely black, no whites, mouth way too wide. And it smiled, a huge smile, showing teeth, way too many teeth. I shut off the monitor. My hands were shaking. I couldn't breathe. That's where I'm gonna stop for now, because what happened the next few nights, I'm still not ready to talk about it, but if enough of you want to hear it, I'll tell you everything. Drop a comment, let me know, and maybe I'll show you what the camera recorded that last night.